What's going on, YouTube? Raul here, back at it with a new video. And this video is going to be a long overdue music update. I got about 8 albums to show you guys here. The last music update I made was probably about 2-3 months ago. And this isn't all the stuff I've bought over the past, 2, 3, 4 months. But it's, I'd say it's maybe about half of it. I don't want to make a super long video either. A good amount of variety as far as the metal genres go. Anyways, I hope everyone's having an awesome day. I gotta go to work a little bit later, gonna do a little bit of homework as well, but I figured, I'm in the mood to make a video right now, so why not make a video, right? Take advantage of the fact that I'm in the mood to make a video. So I got 2 records, maybe about 5 CDs, 1 cassette right here to show you guys, and I haven't listened to all of this stuff regularly. I have listened to all of it, but I haven't listened to all of it on a regular basis, or some of the stuff I've got here I've only listened to probably about a handful of times. Some of the stuff just didn't quite stick with me, if that makes any sense. Anyways, on a side note, I do have a contest going on, so if that's something that sounds interesting to you, why not check out my last video and see if you can probably make an entry, right? Anyways, let's get on to the music itself, guys. I'll start off with the records right here. First record I'm going to show you guys here, I'm not even too sure which year it came out in, 1987, Cryptic Slaughter's Money Talks. I haven't listened to this album in well over a month. I've listened to it maybe about 4 or 5 times. Pretty good stuff, crossover, thrash, a lot more on the punk side than thrash. Just probably as punk as thrash can get, honestly, as crossover can get without being actually full-on punk, I would say. Definitely very political stuff, as to be expected with punk rock. We got, Ronald Reagan, Nancy Reagan, just a whole lot of stuff from that time period. And like I said, just really good stuff. Crossover thrash, a lot more on the punk side. I would say it's 90% punk, 10% thrash. Pretty good stuff. Not a regular listen to for me, though. Like I've said, I've probably only listened to it probably about 4 or 5 times since I bought it 3 months ago. And, who knows? I might be in the mood to listen to it again sometime. Next album I'm going to show you guys here is, so far the only album I own by this band. Also came out in 1987. And that's, Armored Saints, Raising Fear. Haven't listened to this album in well over a month or 2 either. I've listened to it probably about 3-4 times since I've bought it. It was a decent album from what I remember. Really loved the cover art. Saw it in my local record store for a decent price. And usually when I'm at my record store, I'll usually buy stuff that I might not be too familiar with as well. I'll just say, hey, it's cool. It's at a decent price. I've heard of this band. I'll check it out. I do want to get their first album, actually, March of the Saint. Now, I believe some people say that Armored Saint is a U.S. power metal. And yeah, U.S. power metal sounds a bit different than European power metal like Blind Guardian and Halloween, stuff like that. But to me, this is more just straightforward heavy metal right here. Old school, traditional heavy metal is what it is to me. Nice picture of the band right there. The other side, the lyrics. I definitely would be up to listen to this again sometime soon. I'm down to listen to this. But like I said, I'm just not really in the mood for this. And honestly, I don't buy too much vinyl anymore for the reason being that I just don't listen to a whole lot of vinyl. I mostly just listen to music in the car, so I'll mostly buy CDs. Cassettes are a little impractical. And a little risky too, I don't want my cassettes to get chewed up. That definitely does worry me sometimes, but I still buy them, right? Pretty decent album from what I remember. You know, the songs didn't really all stand out to me. There were maybe a few standout tracks. Let's see if I could remember anything. Yeah, I'd have to listen to this album again. But pretty good from what I remember, just not something that's all that memorable for me. Now let's get on to the one cassette I do have. From 1989, this is a thrash metal essential right here. Bought this on eBay, saw it for a good price. And that's Annihilator's Alice in Hell. Thrash metal essential, definitely in my top 10 favorite thrash albums. I do have another Annihilator album, Never Neverland, their second album. Annihilator was one of those bands that always changed their lineup. Jeff Waters, I believe, is the only consistent member of the band. It is his band, after all. Nice white cassette, and for some reason, they had this little cut, I don't know, magazine cut, like they cut this little piece of a magazine right here. Yeah, my nephew's having a blast down there. Yeah, I assume they got this from a magazine. Pretty cool that they threw it in there, I guess. Really cool picture of the band. Looking old school as fuck right there. Love that. Killer album, though. Haven't listened to it in about a month. I don't know what the hell that was. Haven't listened to it in over a month. Super fast, though. Like, this is definitely as fast as thrash metal can probably get, I would assume. Love it. Next album I'm going to show you guys here is from 2008. And this album, I don't want to say it was a disappointment, but yeah, let's just call it that for lack of a better word. It was a bit of a disappointment. It wasn't a god-awful album, but it's just an album that's not really anything memorable for me. Lately, I've been listening to the same couple of albums over and over again, so maybe I should, you know, listen to these albums a bit more, you know. Maybe they'll grow on me. Maybe I'll have something else to listen to other than the same 4 or 5 albums over and over again. Anyways, here we got Amon Amarth's Twilight of the Thunder God from 2008. Pretty good stuff. The only other Amon Amarth album I owned before this one was their 2016 album, Yam's Viking. That one was a very good album. I was actually listening to that album yesterday. Really good album, Yam's Viking. I would say every single song on that album is pretty good. Meanwhile, this album, it has some good songs, you know, obviously the singles, Guardians of Asgard, Twilight of the Thunder God. What else was there here? Yeah, apart from the single, there were some other good songs here and there, but really, like, the vibe on this album is just completely different than Yam's Viking. I was expecting, you know, this album to be somewhat similar to that, and there, like I said, there were some good stuff here and there. But I don't know, just the vibe on this album isn't quite there. There's just something about it that just doesn't really captivate me. It just doesn't really draw my attention. Doesn't get my attention that much. And the booklet doesn't want to come out. Why would it want to come out, right? Alright. Pretty good stuff, though. I definitely should be listening to this a bit more, though. Definitely gonna be buying some more Amon Amarth, though, you know, giving them more of a shot. Pretty decent album, though. Like I said, it was a little disappointing, but, you know, maybe I do need to listen to it a little bit more, though. Ooh, now for something I have been listening to very regularly, and we got a black metal essential, I would say. I'm not too sure which year it came out in. Definitely, I want to say 96. Anyways, we got Marduk's Panzer Division Marduk. Like I said, I believe it's from 1996. Fantastic, unrelenting black metal right here. This is just a pissed off black metal album. The production for black metal is actually not bad. It's pretty clean, actually. Like, if you listen to black metal, this production's relatively clean, I would say. Really good stuff. World War II themed, you know, the first song, Panzer Division Marduk, fantastic. It just has these killer riffs. Vocalist, fantastic. Baptism by Fire, the first song I ever heard by Marduk. 502, love that song. Fist Fucking God's Planet, and I love the ending for the album, how it's just got those war noises. And I also love how, like, even during the songs, you can hear, like, these, like, sound effects, like gunshots, bombs going off, airplanes. going. Yeah, fantastic album. Definitely one of my favorite pickups from this year. Definitely something I've been listening to on a weekly basis. Love this album. If you like black metal and for whatever reason you don't have this album, get it. Now we have something that is a regular listen again. And probably my favorite band at the moment. This is, I mean, I listen to this band like fucking almost every day. And here we got Rhapsody's Legendary Tales from 1997, their debut album. The little Obi strip right here, Symphonic Epic Power Metal. Had to read that right there. Pretty cool. It's a nice little Russian edition right there. Don't know if you could read that, but it's in Russian. Pretty good stuff. I don't think I have any CD, like Russian edition CDs. Love this album, though. This was Rhapsody's debut album. I listened to this album, well, not the whole album, but at least songs from the album on YouTube almost on a regular basis. Fantastic album. Opens up with the song Warrior of Ice. I mean, obviously, it has that classical intro that Rhapsody's known for. Era Tenax. Flames of Revenge, fantastic song. You know, this vocalist, Fabio Leone, fantastic vocalist, probably one of my favorite singers. Luca Turilli, the brains behind Rhapsody, and Alex Staropoli, keyboard player, and I forgot the bass player's name. Fantastic album, though. Love it, start to finish. No bad songs. You know, there's the song Forest of Unicorns. That album. This album could probably do without that song. Other than that, though, it was a very good album, though. Love it. Here's some pictures of the band. Luca Turilli, the mastermind of Rhapsody. Alex Staropoli, the bass player, or drummer, actually. Daniel Carbonera, not sure how you'd pronounce his name. And Fabio Leone, fantastic vocalist. Some people don't really like his vocals, but I like his vocals a whole lot. Little booklet full of lots of goodies. Whole band right there. And yeah, some other albums from their catalog. Love Rhapsody. I was actually listening to them not too long ago. Fantastic album. Definitely over the top. How could I describe Rhapsody to somebody who's never heard of them? Imagine Nightwish, but with a male vocalist and with a more of a power metal vibe. Still symphonic, more of a power metal vibe, and also has a bit of an Italian, like traditional Italian music vibe to it. Very Renaissance-y, very medieval-y, you know, instruments like trumpets, violins, harpsichords. Pretty good stuff, though. And that album cover is beautiful. Next album we got here is by Luca Turilli, the guitar player for Rhapsody. This album has been one of my almost everyday listen-tos right here. Power metal, symphonic power metal, definitely has a little bit of an electronic vibe just because this album takes, like, it's a concept album, takes place in, like, the future, something like that. At first I thought it was a little weird, the whole concept of it, but honestly, they pulled it off pretty good. And yeah, Luca Turilli, prophet of the last Eclipse, one of my usual listen-tos almost every single day. I got the CD in the car, actually, so that's why it's not there. Came in that nice little booklet right here. And, of course, it says the guitar player for Rhapsody right there. And this is fantastic. This vocalist's name is Olaf Heyer. He kind of has a weird-sounding voice. It's almost, I don't want to say it's an ugly-sounding voice, but it sounds a little, I don't know. Personally, I like it. I don't think his voice throws off the songs on the album. But, you know, it just sounds a little funny. Good stuff. This album, like I said, has a bit of an electronic vibe. And they really pull it off. Some of the good songs here are, well, personally, I think every song on this album is good. I would give this album probably like a 9.7 out of 10. War of the Universe, fantastic song. Ride of the Astral Fire. What else? New Century's Tarantella. That song has an accordion there too, which I thought was pretty interesting first time I listened to it. What else? Age of Mystic Ice, really good stuff. Just fun power metal, a little bit of a uplifting type metal. You know, not like nothing like Marduk. Really good stuff though. Love this album. This is definitely one of my favorite pickups of the year for sure. Top 5, definitely. And we're on to the last album for the update. Here we got an album from the year 1998. A pretty big death metal band. We got Niall, Amongst the Catacombs of Nephrin Ka. Pretty good album. You know, nothing I'm crazy about. Lately, death metal just really hasn't been hitting the spot for me, which is funny because I'm wearing a death shirt. But yeah, you know, lately I just haven't been listening to a whole lot of death metal. And this album, it's good. It has a different vibe, and, you know, in between songs there's like some Egyptian sounding stuff here and there, which is pretty good. You know, I like those parts. And, you know, the album itself isn't bad, but it's, I don't know, to me it sounds a little repetitive, like, I don't know, it sounds a little too noisy for my liking, like, I don't even know how to describe it, like, this is gonna sound weird, but if Korn played death metal, this is probably what it would be like. You know, am I planning on getting more stuff by Niall? Yeah, I wouldn't mind it if I see it for a decent price, just to collect from them. And, you know, who knows, maybe in the near future I might be in the mood to listen to them a bit more, but for right now I'm not in a big rush to be buying any stuff by Niall. The vocals, you know, they're a little bit, they're not bad actually, they're very guttural, but then there's some parts where they do like more the high-pitched like stuff, and that's, I don't know, to me, I just wasn't digging it. I can't do those like higher-pitched, you know, I mean, I'm not big on those high-pitched death metal type vocals. If you've listened to this album, you know what I mean. Not bad, though, you know. Not a bad listen to every once in a while. And that about did it for this update, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have another update. I'll try to do updates a little bit more regularly. I'm trying to get back into the flow of things here. You know, like I said in the previous video, I just wasn't really in the mood to do videos and stuff like that for the longest time, and I'm trying to get back into it. And my band, I'm recording a song for my band, and so is my guitarist. He's kind of recording his songs, I'm recording my songs. We're kind of doing stuff like that on our own right now. And I'm almost done recording that first song. So if you are into like thrash metal, traditional metal, power metal, definitely keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be uploading that song here on my channel sometime. I don't want to give you guys a date, but yeah, sometime soon. Pretty excited. Definitely demo-like quality, though. Don't be expecting anything like fancy sounding. It's going to sound like some guy recording something in his room, basically, is what it's going to sound like. But looking forward to that, and thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.